one of the things that really trigger me is what's happening in the country. We need good people, in fact, godly people in the government.
Actually, yung dreams ko, to be honest with you, evolved over time. The greatest discovery of man is to find God.
Mhm.
I shouted in my head, why do I even exist? I'm always curious kasi talaga to how things work. But what if it's now about my wife?
Yeah.
What if it's now about my children?
Mhm.
So I was thinking na, everything's connected. Even yung human experience natin about success, about leadership. I was studying religion as well, Catholic theology. Ganyan yung parang about salvation history, about grace, resurrection, incarnation, again, diba? And then I was putting it together. And then I-realize ko na, man, this could be a book. If people can get to see that there is a bigger context from where they are right now, no?
You will appreciate more when you think about where you came from. And then you talk about 6D, 5D, 6D, 7D.
Because when we dream, when we put the end in mind, diba? Everything else follows it. Diba? So, and we see that happening in reality.
What do you think is the ingredients of success, if there's any?
One is finding your solid ground first. Finding God. Finding God. Because He is the ground for everything. He's the source of everything. I am called, inspired to give people a language. We can create bridges. We know that He will always do good for everybody.
Welcome to Dare to Dreams podcast. This is where we talk about our dreams, God, nation, and legacy. Like and subscribe. So today, I have my guest here, my good friend Ryan, and we're going to be talking about his dreams, and also because he just written a book. You just published a book, right? And so yeah, that's partly of what we're going to be talking about because I have read through it, not really super to the details, but yes, I have read through it, and I'm amazed of some of the concepts that you have presented there, and I think it's something that the society would need, or something that could benefit for the people.
Yeah. Well, actually, thanks very much then, JM, for inviting me to be part of your podcast. Yeah, so it's an honor and privilege for me to be invited by one of my
thank
good
you.
friends, diba? And of course, it's I'm glad naman din to share my thoughts and insights din naman in what we're creating din naman, diba? As a contribution to society.
That's right. All right.
Yeah.
So now let's get started with you were asking me earlier why the why of this podcast, why we do this. I've always wanted to create something. I've always wanted to create something. However, I always have a reason of not to. I always have an excuse. I said, Lord, not now, because at the time, this was like 10 years ago, I was busy, I was single, I was broke. And then when I got married, no, not yet. I'm not ready because we recently just got married. And then when I have kids, I'm not ready because we still. So I just realized, until when am I gonna say not ready? Until one of the things that really trigger me is what's happening in the country. And I said, am I just gonna stay silent? And at the time also, I felt like I'm so indifferent. For example, pag umulan, for example, parang since dito hindi binabaha yung area, hindi ako nakikialam sa ibang area, hindi ko nga alam kung anong nangyayari doon because nga, I'm safe, I'm okay. And this is how it is with our society right now. So am I not gonna say something about the corruption that's happening?
That's right.
What kind of country I'm going to live with my children? So, and at the same time, I said, when it comes to the taxes, before I used to say, that's okay. I mean, I know I pay a good amount of tax, but I can always make it somewhere else. That's my mindset. So, ayaw ko makialam. And then, I realized, oo nga, but what about the others? Na, kumbaga, don't have that kind of, are not in the position or don't have that kind of skill and ability. And but the kicker talaga is yun nga, the kind of legacy that I will leave to my children. But then I still have doubt because at the end of the day, we all know this, right? We all talk about this na the end of the day, ang goal talaga is to go to heaven. So, if I wanna go to heaven, so I have the concept before that, hindi dapat ako makikialam sa government kasi these are dirty stuff and
Yeah.
I wanna just focus on spirituality and God. And then, I thought, you know what? I want to check the people of the Bible who followed God, what they did do. And then I realized whether it's Moses, Joseph, or Jacob, and David, Solomon, they are all very much
Yeah, in the government.
in the government. And I realized, so if these people are called by God for a position, and that's how God took care of his people. That's how God took care of the Israelites out of the Egypt. So it tells me something that, you know what? I think God wants to be involved in how things are being run because his people is being affected. And um, the separation of the state and the church, it's probably an idea na it was pushed to me a lot na parang hindi dapat ako makikialam. But I realized, and also, because of this indifference, probably this is also the reason why there's lots of corrupt people in the government, while there are lots of good people doesn't want to be involved. And that's the reason why ganito yung government natin. So kind of we deserve the kind of government that we have because the good, quote unquote, the good people, ayaw nila sa government because it's too dirty for them. Ayaw nila makialam eh. And so that's why right now, sino yung nandyan? Whereas I really think that we need good people, in fact, godly people in the government. Ground up from the a simple empleyado towards the leaders of the country. Because I really think, for example, if you're given a chance, a choice, a godly leader or a non-believer? A godly, right? So we all want that. But also, mayroon din tayong stigma because there were people already that quote unquote godly, they were involved in their churches, and then still pagdating sa government, we are hearing not so good things as well about them. So there's a stigma as well. So do we really need people? I think we really need people who are godly in its purest sense. So that's when I decided that, but I don't have to be there to get started. I can start where I am. Yeah. So I can start with where I am. And you know what? The moment I started something, I started doing speaking up, I start to and then magugulat ako. I mean, things are just, alam mo yun, parang the puzzle are falling into place. And even how the business of my wife and I, even last night, because we had a couple of friends come over last night to celebrate her birthday. And then after that, when we discuss, we talk, and it's like everything is falling into place. And even how we are building the business, we see how it's going to contribute into that aspect as well. So yeah, and so primarily, I think it's about time. I'm of legal age. Okay, and
Or it's the right timing ba na kumbaga you could say yes to this way of you being able to make a contribution ba?
Yeah, I would say that as well. And it's also the type of being that I am now because as I was telling my wife as well earlier, I had a post that went viral for a good and a bad thing. There's lots of bashing and criticism, and if I were my old self, I probably wouldn't have handled it the way I'm handling it now. So I think yes, you're right. Just the right timing as well, both for me and for and then the people as well just started to show up. Whether it's the team that's helping me out, the guest I'm talking to. So it's just something that it's happening lang siya naturally. And also, I want to provide platform for people to actually speak out.
Yeah, to share their own
share
thoughts
their
din.
thoughts, opinions. So whether it's, and even it's in politics. So for example, during election day, I don't have to tell them who to vote, but I can give platform for those that who are running for positions to share anong agenda nila, ano ba yung pangarap nila sa Pilipinas. Because honestly, it's very sad right now. I don't think our leaders have dreams for Philippines. I don't see it enough that they have really dreams that of making this country, taking this country to another level. So yeah, and so that's why here we are right
Yeah.
now, Dare to Dream podcast. So let's talk about you.
Yeah.
So I've always known you as somebody who is a dreamer from yung mga kwento mo, yung mga stories, malalim na yung pinagsamahan natin, malayo yung pinanggagaling na pinagsamahan natin. So can you tell us a little bit how was it? What was your dream really? And right now you have your book, you publish your own book. So is that also part of your dream, or you have other dreams aside from that?
Actually, yung dreams ko, to be honest with you, evolved over time. Okay, when I was probably in high school, we all dreamed this of having a beautiful life, to be able to travel the world, earn millions every single month, diba? And that's something that I also have, diba? In fact, my dream back then was to go work abroad because I used to study computer engineering. Okay, and I dreamt of one day I will be working for NASA.
Wow.
Because I finished physics with computer engineering.
You could have been with Elon Musk, no?
Yeah. Actually, that's one of my favorite topics as well. Science, astronomy. So it would have been perfect, no? And then life happened. Life knocked me to a different direction, and I was wondering bakit. Why is God leading me to this, no? So kumbaga, my dreams also transformed along the way. Na actually, because I started my own business as well, I discovered na, actually aside from me having a good life, I also get to dream of why not, and I can also give the best life possible for my family as well. Diba? And that made me I wanted to have a house. I wanted to travel with them, spend more time with them, diba? So just like having a typical family, okay, na giving the best life possible for them, no? And then later on, probably it also evolved then. Okay, of course, nandun pa rin yung yung want to have a good family, no. I also na feel ko din na other people, why stop with just my family alone?
Right.
Diba? Now, what if we can also make a difference to other families as well? Diba? What if with what we do sa business, that we can help professionals, live their life. They can design their own beautiful future, whatever that is. Diba? Whether they want to have more time, or that they have more money, diba? We can help them out. Not just us lang, but we can also help them out. Diba? And then I also watched several YouTube videos about Father Mike Schmitz, Father Bishop Barron, Michael Knowles, and the late Charlie Kirk, diba? That I also got inspired by what he said.
I actually followed him as well a lot.
When he said that my goal is to populate, or to overcrowd heaven,
right,
with souls.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, that's an amazing, dream, no? Where we can bring everybody up to heaven. Okay, because everybody, it's good. It's good for everybody that way. And at the same time, yeah, I was also considering, how do I do that with what I'm doing right now? How do I do that? So yes, actually I decided that I can make my business my ministry as well. So I'm actually part of a circle of cooperators as well for Opus Dei. And then later on, that's my goal as well, to put up another circle, wherein I can be the one to lead men as well. Lead men to become the best fathers that they can be, to become the best husbands, to become the best leaders that they can be for a community, diba? With all the things that I've learned, it's my means of paying it forward. So I got blessed because I got mentored by so many people, and I want to do that for others as well. And then I also use this business wherein I could actually bring people closer to God. Okay. You asked me one of the what's my kanina, you asked me what yung mga dreams na nakuha ko or na-achieve ko na. I believe that one of my biggest dreams that I've achieved, aside from my family, having a family of my own, is finding God.
Wow.
Finding God. Sabi nga nila, I forgot kung sino nagsabi nito noon, the greatest discovery of man is to find God.
So how do you define that? Because at what level do you say that? Because probably some people would say, an ordinary person, for example, would think that as long as I'm going to mass every Sunday, I read the Bible. So is it automatic that one can find God that way, or you're talking about a different level of awareness of God?
It depends din kasi sa person in their life, no. It could be, maybe it can be a good start for them to join the mass, diba? To read the Bible, diba? Yes, those are important things, but and there will be a time kasi there will be a moment in one person's life. What happened like to me then, that that things begin to be clear, that things begin to show up, and then it opens up na, man, this is really profound. This this is not me anymore.
Right.
Diba? I know this for a fact because it happened to me personally. It was in high school. And I was let's just say an achiever. Okay, back in school. So I was running for honors. And there was a time wherein I failed in my physics exam. As in, alam mo yun, it's a 5-item test, okay, na purely solving math problem. Okay, 5 items and 10 points each, so 50 points. And the teacher only grades us 3. Gives us 3 grades for each one. Is you get a perfect 10 if you got it right with the solution. You get 2 if you get if you don't get the answer but you have partial solution. And then 0 if you haven't answered anything at all. And guess what? I did not get all the answers correct. So I got 2 for each item. So I got a 10 out of 50.
Wow.
Okay, so and 10 out of 50 for me as someone running for honors. That's a big blow. That's
very
a big
low, very low.
That's a very big blow. Yeah, low.
So you simply have the right partial solution.
Yeah,
but get to the
answer. Diba? So, man, I was really frustrated. I even hit the wall because and I even went to church that time. Okay, and it was after the mass, and I was left alone there in front of the altar, and I was really complaining to God. Lord, you know naman what I want, right? I want to be successful at school. Then why did you give me this? Why did you allow me to fail? And then I was ranting and all in my head. And then I even asked the question, why do I even exist?
Really?
That was
at very young age.
Yeah, I shouted in my head, why do I even exist? And then came an answer. Sabi niya sa akin, to make a difference. And I know that's not from me because I was really energized or I was really charged with emotion. I was really hateful. And then there was this calm voice that said, to make a difference. And then I asked the question, what? What's that?
And this was like when you were like, how old are you? High school.
I was in 4th year already, graduating. I was studying for Latin honors back then.
So you have a very interesting story because coming from, correct me if the story, coming from a public, which school, and then you got to Ateneo.
Yeah, I went to a public school first.
Public school.
Yeah,
and
so
then you got to
Marikina,
Ateneo, and considering that your parents medyo not being hindi sila hirap sila in the beginning. But so how, because we might have some audience na their goal where they are, for example, students na they want to get to Ateneo. So how did it happen for you coming from a public school? Then how did you get to Ateneo?
Yeah, well, definitely Ateneo. Ateneo education right now costs a lot of money, definitely. And then there's also the entrance exam, wherein it's really high level to really get in. It's very competitive, I would say. Well, what happened to me was that I was very fortunate that at that time there was a scholarship program that was being offered in Ateneo. Okay, so in this scholarship program was offered to almost all of the public schools in Marikina, and Quezon City as well. And then only the of course, the school would give representatives, okay, who could actually take the program. Okay, so not everybody of us was selected, definitely, but it also depends on your financial capacity.
I see.
Okay, so if your parents or your family cannot afford a good education talaga, okay, so that's what
So that's what the program is all about.
They prioritize.
I see.
So it's a financial scholarship. Okay,
I
but
see.
you also have to pass the
Qualify.
exam.
Yeah.
Pass the exam, then entrance exam.
Yeah, that's good. So I want to just backtrack a little bit because I think you mentioned something kanina that when you were there in your worst moments, in your down moments, when you even start questioning your existence after nung problem and problema na mayroon ka, and then that's when you had a revelation, that's when you had a breakthrough, and that's where you found God. Because I think that's very true in most situation na in the worst of times. I have heard this from a lot of people na during those war situation, this is where they found God. And um, I think it's a I would say it's paradox, or it's an irony.
Ironic.
It's
Irony.
ironic. No? It's ironic that during those worst moments, that's when you find God, that's when you find God and you find answers for your questions.
I think it's not a coincidence then, because when we are at our down moments kasi, no, we are actually more open. We're more open to what's out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Because when things are going well with us, diba, we tend to take things for granted, right?
Yeah. I actually remember my own experience just a few years ago. Because I'm always I have read a lot of books, and therefore I believe na kaya ko yan. I had a mantra, I can make things happen. I can make it happen, right? So, business, finances, kayang-kaya yan. And then I got married. I remember distinctively one night, I really knelt down. I asked God, no, Lord, I cannot make this work.
Yeah.
I need you to be in the center. And it was like, ito yung mga early, mga few months namin of marriage na alam mo yun, parang, syempre, we're still trying to patch up the rough edges, the differences. And then sabi ko, I cannot make this work. So that's when I really prayed hard. And then ako na-realize I need to not just go back to God, but to be really 100% and rely on Him. And that's when things started working for us, right? So now, how did your book came about? What inspired you to do it? And
yeah, I think it was a product of my many years then of thinking about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I was in studying in college, I took up physics and computer engineering. But in Ateneo kasi, we also have
and that's a double degree, right?
Double degree siya.
Physics and
we're in Ateneo kasi, we're not just learning the technical subjects lang, but we're also learning core subjects. Like for example, philosophy, religion, or theology. Okay. So it's a mandatory course. So I had to take a philosophy course or philosophy class.
Ilang ano yun? Because I remember we have philo in college, but I think 101 lang siya, just for 2 units or 3 units lang.
Sa amin, I think it was 4 courses yun. So from first year to second year. So 101, 102, 201, 202.
We only had the 101, Philosophy 101, which is just pretty basic.
Yan. So yung naging teacher ko doon was si Father Roque Ferriols. He's the I think he was the one who coined the term na ano yung meron. Yung meron. So in English is being, what exists, diba? What is there, diba? So and it was an eye opener for me na parang I haven't asked the question ng ano meron, how do you distinguish things, this one thing to one thing ba ganun. So it actually started there, okay? And but before that then I'm always curious kasi talaga to how things work. Okay, so that's why I took up physics and computer engineering, because at that time computers was being introduced into the market. So that's how young I am. Okay, so and I was thinking na if computers, this is the future, then I want to know, okay, how do these things work? And so that when it's applied to a job in the future, then this works because it's my passion, and at the same time I get paid for it, right? So I was trying to find out, how does this machine actually work? Na it thinks on its own, it computes, and so that's why I want to. I went there. No, so in physics also is part of my um, curiosity as well. Yung parang how the planets actually move around, or it's things like that. No, and and then I took a philosophy. Diba? So, and then sa philosophy class ko na-discover yung philosophy and theology classes ko na-discover na aside from discovering the how, okay, that there is also meaning or why behind things, diba?
Yeah.
So, yes.
The one you mentioned in your book, the causability.
Yeah, possibility. Yeah. So, there is an intellect behind, yung, for example, why are we here? I mean, how did the earth come about, diba? Diba? How did we get created, diba? So there is something that happened before that made us why we're here right now. Diba? So I was actually contemplating that for many years. So of course I don't know the answer yet. Diba? Until recently, when I was actually studying already leadership books, watching several YouTube videos. Of course, I also had a mentor, he's a mentor Pax, diba? And I had conversations with him back and forth, and then clarifying things. And then I discovered that things are actually connected to each other. Everything is connected.
Yeah.
Okay. When Pax mentioned before that success at work does not compromise success in the family. Diba? It has to be both.
It shouldn't, right?
Yeah.
Although it's in some successes that we see,
yun nga,
it does happen, right?
Exactly, diba? Na there was a time din in my life when I was still working in corporate na I have to make a decision. For example, there was a time na kailangan ko magstay sa office because may VIP na dumating. But at the same time, my parents were waiting for me so that I can celebrate her birthday, my mom's birthday with them. And what do I do? What do I do? Syempre, I love my family, but at the same time, I need my job.
Right.
So
you have to make choices.
I have to make choices, diba? At that time, syempre, ang choice ko pa lang is, of course, my parents, diba? But there, I love them then, diba? But what if it's now about my wife? Yeah. What if it's now about my children? Then I have to make a choice between my job, risk my job, or be with them. So what do I do? So that's why when Pax mentioned that success in your job does not have to compromise success in the family. It can be both.
Right.
It's possible to have both. So I was thinking na everything's connected. Even yung human experience natin about success, about leadership, to the planets, for example, how things work, diba? They're all connected.
Yeah.
And I was writing, since last year, I was writing notes already.
Okay.
I was studying religion as well, Catholic theology, ganyan, yung parang about salvation history, about grace, resurrection, incarnation, again, diba? And I was putting it together. And then, I realized na, man, this could be a book.
Yeah.
With all my notes right now, this could be a book. So I decided na, you know what, actually, if people can get to see that there is a bigger context from where they are right now, no, na yung mode of operation natin does not have to be survival lang.
Right.
Diba? Because what we're only dealing with is what we can see with our eyes. But what if the world is so much more, so much bigger? Diba? Then we can start living na, you know what, within this bigger context, I can make an active decision, I can make an active choice. I can do something about it.
Yeah. Actually, one of the things that I got from your book when I was reading through it is the understanding of dimensions. That sometimes when we look at this thing, we need to look at what it is now, which is normally just a 3-dimensional, right? Yeah. But it just did not exist na ganyan na lang kaagad. May pinanggalingan yan, di ba? May pinanggalingan yan. And when we look at our life, it's also the same. When I look at my life, for example, and sometimes it's easy to say na, okay, ito ako ngayon. Ito ako. Pero, you will appreciate more when you think about where you came from.
Mhm.
So in your book, it's like adding the time
Yeah.
element, right? The time
That's right.
element. So,
Mm.
and then you talk about 6D, 5D, 6D, 7D. And actually, I get it. I get it. Because when you talk about, okay, siguro for our listeners, can you walk us through? I have a couple of, um, I think, worth noting here.
Mm.
So, sabi mo in 0D, which is just the seed of consciousness.
Oo.
So the seed of consciousness. So ang sabi mo dito is that this is the hunting and humbling perspective of a zero-dimensional being. It is exist. Uh, it is existence stripped to its barest form,
Mm.
presence without perception,
Mm.
being without knowing.
Lalim, ah.
Lalo na. Alam mo pang, you exist and yet you don't know that you
Ah.
exist.
Actually, to put it simply, well, for one muna, the book kasi Beyond 3D is really about, yan, like you mentioned, no, it's a unified framework kasi, okay, that describes reality.
Right.
Now, of course, reality, di ba, there's just one reality that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But there are multiple layers kasi dyan. Okay? Multiple dimensions, I would say. Okay? Dimensions. Not in the physical sense, but more of the participation kasi in reality. Our participation, our degree of participation.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so for example, so there are many levels. So we start with the 0D. Okay, 0D means that is the spark of potential. So, kumbaga, that's the beginning. So, for example, if I'm gonna relate it to computers, kasi since we're all, parang familiar with it, diba? It's the moment that you you turn on that device. Okay? So, that's that moment.
May consciousness.
Oh, that's the spark. Spark pa lang.
Spark pa
power.
lang.
Spark pa
Okay.
lang. So, it's the beginning. So how does that related to us? It's like parang just settling down. Okay, be present lang.
Okay.
Okay, so yun
Just
yun.
being there.
Just being there.
Oh, just
Okay,
being there.
being in the moment. Okay, that's the 0D. Yung 1D naman is an extension of 0D. Okay, so 1D is that single point, you stretch that in a line. To a line.
Yes.
Diba?
Oh.
To a line, infinite line. So that line now, there's now movement. Okay, so from where you are to, there's progress na to a certain goal. Diba? So yun yung ang representation ng 1D is like yung having that you have a goal in mind already that you want to move forward to. So para siyang railroad.
So mayroon ka ng straight line.
Straight line.
Okay. This is where I am now, and this is where I'm that's where I'm going.
That's right. And then when you stretch that yung 1D to a different direction, so it becomes a plane.
Right.
2D na siya, 'di ba? So sa 2D naman na to, that's where you see circles, triangles, squares, mga ganyan, shapes, 'di ba? So that's actually the realm of representations naman. Okay? So for example, maps, 'di ba?
And could it be that, for example, in your example we talk about dreams. So first dimension is nakita mo, this is where you're going. This is where I am.
Yun yung 1D.
Yun yung 1D. Now, 2D is when I look at my peers, I needed people to help me accomplish.
Not quite pa yan, sa 3D pa yun.
Not 3D pa yun, okay.
Sa 2D is like, for example, you writing down notes na, for example, na
I see.
Yung parang diagrams, or for exple, breakdown or organization in paper, parang ganun.
Because the first was just kind of an imagination. And then putting it in writing is giving it another form. Yeah.
So it becomes visual na for you.
Visual.
Okay.
Right.
So it's now a realm of representation now, or diagrams, maps, charts, whatever. Okay? And then there comes yung 3D naman. So we all know this naman, di ba? This is the world that we live in.
There's volume.
Volume na, no? So that's na yung the capacity to act, move, perceive, depth, for example, di ba? Doon papasok mga tao, but the things that you can do. So we all know this, yung 3D. Okay? And then yung 3D, di ba? Tahiin din niya sa 4D. According to Einstein, you know that na yung space-time, they actually, you cannot separate them. They're connected. Okay, so you cannot describe 3D without also talking about 4D, which is time. Diba? So in time naman, that creates naman the realm of aspect of a story unfolding. Diba? So may past, present, and future na.
Yeah. Diba? So for example, in the context of having a goal, what could that be? Could it be that you have set goals in the past? You have
Oo.
accomplished goals in the
Oo,
past?
may mga memories ka na from
Memories ka na.
before.
Uh-huh.
Oh, 'di ba? Na
Yeah.
you can choose to bring into the present,
Right.
or maybe okay, I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on okay, so anong kikreate ko sa future? The
Right.
future is still not created yet, 'di ba? And it's
Yeah.
available.
Yeah.
'Di ba?
And all these are still, we're still talking about the dream that we want to accomplish as pang different perspective siya, or I mean, it's like the dimensions of that dream. The dimension of that dream. Okay.
Ang kadalasan kasi, what most people have difficulties with or challenges kasi is that they focus primarily on the 3D and 4D world.
Right.
That's where the problems come about because parang feeling ko stuck ako sa buhay ko. I know this because that happened to me.
Yeah.
But there are many moments, of course, we all have this naman, down moments, di ba? Na parang, mangyayari pa ba sa akin to? Kasi ito, ganito na lang ulit-ulit, di ba? So you're repeating the past, you're remembering the past, di ba? And then you discover na it shows up again because actually doon napapasok yung the higher dimensions. Di ba? But yung attention kasi natin is what's in front lang nakikita natin.
Yeah.
That limits us.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. It's just that
So
it limits us.
It's like we're just seeing it on the 3D lang. In fact, so are you saying that the more dimensions you see, the higher chance of success?
Yeah, it gives you more freedom.
More freedom.
For example, let's just say, 'di ba? We have this cup, 'di ba? Yan. Okay, yan. So I turn this around, okay? So what I'm seeing right now is that there's a cup, 'di ba? But I want to hold it. I want to hold it. So I can choose to hold it one way lang ngayon or ganito lang, 'di ba? Because I don't see in my world that there is a handle pala.
May handle. Oh, yeah.
That I can do it pala dito. So it gives me another choice. Gives me freedom.
Right.
'Di ba?
So, but without seeing the handle, you don't have, yun lang yung option mo.
Yes.
Yun na yung option.
'Di ba? Which brings us to the fifth dimension, 5D. It's the realm of choices. Because if you go past dun sa time, okay, na you don't need to be stuck with your at present time. You can make your own choices.
Right.
Make your choices na you can live a different kind of future. Okay? So that's something that I learned then from PAX. 'Di ba? Na you can always create your reality because you can choose.
It's more of an alternate universe.
Okay, so that's an application din of what I was talking about in my book.
Or the what ifs, right? The what ifs. What if ito yung ginawa ko?
Yeah.
What could have happened?
Oo.
Diba?
So that's why parang I was actually pointing out sa sarili ko na ano nangyari sa akin before? Bakit hindi ako nag-NASA before? Ba't nandito ako? So I made a different choice, 'di ba? And I was also imagining what if nandun din ako dun if I made a different decision. And I realized that I'm actually better off today.
Right.
Because if I had followed that track, no, I would have been so selfish. I would be a totally different person.
Yeah.
Because I would be relying on myself alone. And I'm good at this, I don't need other people. Diba? Yes, I would be successful, I would be rich, but at the cost of what? Diba? So
at the cost of your soul.
Exactly, diba? So that's why I'm better off right now because of the challenges that I've had over time. Okay, what happened to me in the past, diba? For me to who I am right now, which makes me, I can now actively choose better.
So the higher we go in the dimensions, we get to a point wherein it's beyond us already. Parang it's like it's on a dimension that we could not even comprehend. That perhaps only the highest and the highest of being has that. But the way I see it, for example, in the stories of the lives of saints, we have saints na yung story nila is they can levitate, they can float. There's this I think, I'm not sure if he is Saint Joseph Cupertino, I think, where when he prays, he floats. So I was thinking, so what do you think? It's probably he is on a different dimension, on a different level.
We're gonna have to deal with the much deeper deeper application of the framework. Okay, so that can be possible.
Yeah, I think about that because when you are so, when you are so into it of what you are doing, what you're thinking, in this case yung prayer niya, then he is able to get into a different, kumbaga parang ito yung sinasabi mo na parang the alternate universe na imagine if there were no gravity.
Yeah, actually let me explain that. Okay,
Okay.
kasi it goes more it goes deeper than that, no. Yeah, so beyond kasi ng 5D is yung 6D, which is what you're talking about. Now, what if there's now variations na in the natural laws of the world? Okay, so for example, di ba, it's constant for everybody na we have gravity. Diba? It's constant for everybody na we breathe itong air na to, di ba? Now, what if there's a reality outside that, actually gravity is different, okay? Or we can breathe lesser amount of
Well, in
air.
the moon, iba yung gravity sa moon, di ba?
Pwede, oo. Okay, so what if, for example, sa Earth, halimbawa, iba yung gravity, not just sa moon. Okay, so there are a certain possibilities that are also that can be imagined. That's possible in this world of 6D. But in our world right now, what we experience is constant siya. Okay? Let me move further than that so that I can explain yung possibility of levitating. Okay? 7D naman is a realm of meaning. Okay? So yung meaning that we put, kasi yung 6D, it talks about laws of nature. Now yung laws, just like political laws or legal laws natin, di ba, has to have intelligence behind it.
Okay.
Diba? There has to be an intellect behind it kung bakit nabuo yung law na yun.
And it's something that is connected to natural law.
Yes, Okay, so why does justice make sense?
Yes.
Diba?
Yeah.
Okay, what does charity mean? Okay, so yun yung doon that's where we dwell in sa seventh dimension. What do these things mean? Okay? And for example, kaya yung before I mentioned to you before na I think it's also one of the crises right now in the world is there is now a moral decay. Na things that are not acceptable in the past are now acceptable.
Yes.
Diba?
And they package it as the world moving forward.
Exactly.
Improvement.
Nagbago yung definition. Nagbago yung meaning ng mga tao ngayon. Now it becomes acceptable to us. But prior to that, iba yung like for example, yung mga babae nakadamit talaga sila na nakasaya pa talaga. Diba? But now, okay, so this is what we're dealing with. Okay, na you can dress whatever you like. Diba? Nagbago na kasi yung definition. So yun sa realm of 7D.
Okay, meaning, creating your meanings.
Now, ito, although yes, we cannot see them anymore, itong mga dimensions na to, but we can actually sense it in some way. Okay, that's why although you cannot measure them, okay, you can put them in writing, but you know that when we talk about, for example, the idea of love, everybody gets it.
You're right.
But if you tell me na, okay, show me love.
Or the level of love or the...
Yeah, exactly. Can you measure love? Can you quantify love? You can't, diba? But we all know that love exists.
Yeah.
Diba? So that's where it dwells in, 7D, diba? And then, the higher dimensions, it's a region na ngayon. Because ito na, incomprehensible beyond language na natin to. But this is actually dwell now with divine thought. Now, beyond the 8th dimension na, and more, is the infinite dimension. That encompasses everything. That holds everything. Okay? Now, we exist because of this infinite dimension. Now, in theology, we call that God. Okay? The reason why He's omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent is because everything that happens is inside of Him. And lahat tayo, okay, if I'm gonna answer yung question mo kanina about levitation, diba? We're all actually participating in that being. Okay? In that being.
Because we're created in His image and likeness.
Now, by ourselves, okay, we are limited, yes. But the moment that we become attuned to our source, to God, to the infinite dimension, diba? Then there's nothing stopping that God, okay, to make things happen. Okay? Because everything exists for Him. Diba? So, saints that are levitating, for example, possible. I haven't seen them yet, by the way. I haven't seen
Or incorruptible.
Yes. Why? Because, God in all His power could actually tune sixth dimension, yung constants that allows us to decay, for example.
This is so difficult to explain
Mm.
to at least for to some people. Earlier I had an
Mm.
online conversation with somebody who's telling me, he said that the reason why he think that the Bible is not true
Mm.
is because how come a stick can turn to snake?
Mm.
But there's this part of the Bible that it could be part of the hyperbole or the story in the Bible wherein the stick become the snake. How could it turn to as I think how could a stick become a snake? As I thought about it, well, if Jesus, who is God, actually died
Mm.
and got resurrected,
Mm.
which is easier,
That's right.
turning the stick to a snake or having Christ died and get and resurrected?
Yeah,
Diba?
that's right. Actually, sabi nga, there are two greatest miracles in history. The Genesis and the resurrection.
What about that?
Genesis and resurrection.
Yeah, the creation.
Creation.
Okay.
Okay, so those are the two greatest miracles that ever happened in the whole history, diba? So if those two were true, then everything else in between has to be true.
Right. Yeah.
Diba? It can be true because yun nga, which is easier, tama sabi mo. Diba? Na someone resurrecting from the dead or turning sticks to snakes.
Right. So, what are your hopes or intention for this book? Yung application niya to ordinary people. How can they apply this book into their lives?
That's a good question, no? Because I've been thinking about it as well.
Or at least the perspective of having those different dimensions. Kasi it's more of so jargon, right? For our regular people. But how can a regular person apply it into their lives?
Like for example, it's very applicable in any aspect of our lives, whether it's in theology, physics, or politics, for example, even human lived experiences natin, no. For example, this framework, yung UDM, Unified Dimensional Model, gives people context, okay, or perspective to deal with, for example, suffering. Okay? Like, halimbawa, dealing with the loss of a loved one.
Okay.
Diba? Of course, we understand na it's not that easy talaga.
Yes.
Okay, na when when people pass away, diba? We of course, it hurts us. It's painful. To understand that, diba? Knowing about UDM gives the person proper perspective because, for example, death is not the final destination.
Yeah.
Death is not the ending.
Right.
Diba? When Jesus actually came to this world, diba? From the infinite to the finite dimension, to the world of 3D and 4D, diba? And then he resurrected, he transformed death. Death is no longer a one-time
The end.
The end na already.
Yeah.
Hindi. He transformed it so that na people now can actually move upwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so kumbaga death is now changing location na. Diba?
But in order to get to that level, one has to understand or to at least see that perspective, right? Because sometimes when somebody died, we only see what is yung
and I understand. Yeah, I understand that, and that's where we are mostly coming from talaga na yeah, it's painful because we're dealing with the loss that this person is not present anymore in the 3D and 4D world.
But in reality, they are just in a different form. Right?
And at the same time, they also still live in our memories. Diba? They also live in what they were aspiring to. Na tayo dito, for example, when someone, a mentor or a parent halimbawa, dies, but their spirit lives on because we want to honor their memory.
Right.
Diba? So our choices now can be aligned to what they're also standing for.
Yeah.
Diba? So even if physically they're not present, they're so still here, being with us.
Their influence, their ideas, the things that they have done.
Yeah. And you know what? And that could give people hope. Okay, so there is
for somebody to draw inspiration from that, he has to also be aware of he has to go one notch higher in dimensions, right?
Mm.
For example, for me to be able to be inspired with somebody who is not there anymore,
Mm.
to actually continue his
Mm.
legacy, for example,
Mm.
I need to be able to see in a different perspective, because otherwise I will just see him as dead. And tapos
Mm.
na, right?
Mm.
But if I get to the next level of the dimension, so that's where
Mm.
I get to understand, okay, he's not totally gone.
Yeah.
His idea lives on, and I can even continue his
Mm.
works.
Parang si Charlie Kirk.
Right.
Di
Yeah.
ba? What happened to him? Di ba? Some people, he's just a person. He just
Mm.
died, di ba?
Yeah.
But so for many people, thousands of people,
Yeah.
no, we're gonna carry his torch.
Right.
Di ba?
He's been influential, so his influence lead on.
Mm. Mm.
Awesome. So, do you think this principle? How do we apply this to have a better country?
Very good question.
May pag-asa pa ba ang Pilipinas?
Oo. I would say yes. There's always hope. Okay, why?
Mm.
Because one is that what gives me hope as well is that people are now craving for good governance.
Mm.
Okay, so the younger generations want
Yeah.
that, and there are a lot of them. And then there are some all of us.
There are a lot
also.
of us.
None of us. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Okay, younger generations,
Younger
and
generation.
us as well. Okay, and we all crave for that. Okay, so we're getting a sense that there's something that's not right anymore. Okay, and you know what? Actually, I had this conversation then last night with a good friend of mine. Okay, and we were talking about South Korea and Philippines. Okay,
Yeah.
na parang did you know that in the past, diba, after the Korean War, mga 1950s yun, diba?
Yeah.
They were South Korea was very devastated.
Yeah. They're poorer than the
Philippines,
Yeah.
'di ba? And then and they have limited natural resources,
Mhm.
limited oil, gas,
Mm.
rice fields, mga ganyan, 'di ba? So they have nothing to virtually nothing that they can leverage on, 'di ba?
Mm.
Except for their people.
Mm.
Okay, so what the government did is that they invested in their people.
Mm.
They actually give them quality education, technical education, and then some of the South Koreans also work abroad, diba? In Saudi Arabia, in Germany as miners and nurses.
Sorry, I have a story connected to this because
Mm.
I'm a graduate of a Catholic school run by nuns,
Mhm.
and it's founded by somebody, is an American priest, uh, founded by he started that school in South Korea in the 1960s,
Mm.
and it was an orphanage,
Uh-huh.
because at that time there were lots of babies on the street, and this is Korean War, so they have lots of men, parents who were killed in the war, and then so many orphan babies. And I literally witnessed somebody, when this founder of ours died, and he was buried in Cavite in the Philippines. Koreans came over, and when you, when you look at their last names, they took his last names, Swartz, because literally he was like their father to them.
Yeah.
He's the only father that them. From sobrang baby sila inadopt, kinuha sila sa orphanage institution. And grabe, I mean, that's a parang it's that that priest became their father at all. And because then this is because of the Korean War. So you could just imagine how poor they were
Yeah.
during those times.
Oo. Yeah.
But
And
look at them now.
look at them now, diba? So kumbaga, why? What happened, diba? Na parang why is it that South Korea right now is more progressive or more successful na than the Philippines, diba?
And here's the worst thing pa.
Mm.
We are named to be the only Christian country in this region. And yet we are the worst. Worst in corruption. How did that happen?
There's a reason behind that, no? Okay, so dun sa example ko sa South Korea kasi. In South Korea, it was instilled to them the love for country. Okay, so because everybody wants to have a very good life in South Korea, and then they want to support the country, diba? So that was their priority. Here in the Philippines, because we were raised by Spaniards or
colonial
mentalities.
mentalities.
Actually, we adopted the philosophy of family first. Okay, so and that's a good thing. Okay, na prioritize your family.
Okay.
Diba? What makes it, I would say in UDM terms, no, I would say that there is a distortion there
Mm.
is if you make that statement family first to be family only.
Right.
Then becomes it curves back to itself. Ibig sabihin, it's now ako lang yung family ko lang importante. Kayo bahala na kayo diyan. 'Di ba?
Basta okay yung family ko.
Okay, yung family ko, bahala kayo diyan, 'di ba? And that's what many leaders right now in our government are thinking. Na if I can accumulate as much money as I can for my family, 'di ba? I'm doing this for my family, 'di ba? Okay, that's a good thing. But yun nga lang, but if it's now affecting other families as well, 'di ba? That's now the distortion. That's now disordered.
Actually, what's happening is we see it a lot as well. Now, those who have accumulated money in a bad way, their family is being disintegrated as well. It also caused division, and sometimes it even caused the problems with the family.
Every time, yes, exactly. Every time that there's a division, in reality, it will never work talaga. Why? Because God designed yung reality natin to be coherent, to be unitive, okay, to be ordered. Okay, anytime that you go outside of that, okay, you run a risk of damaging or destroying yourself talaga.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's more of okay yung family mo ngayon, but if the outside is problematic, eventually yung parang it's like you're on the same pool together. May naghasik ng lagim. So unang-una, okay, malayo kami, hindi kami kasama diyan, but since you're in the same pool anyway, you'll eventually get affected. Eventually it gets to you.
That's why ang solution talaga, well, not in the short term, but I'm hoping that with this kind of language that we have, with UDM, that people would get to care for other people, because when we understand that, actually there's what I call love there sa book ko. Okay, so love, we all know about love, diba? Now, love according to Saint Thomas Aquinas, or Saint Augustine pala, na love is seeking the good of the other. Right, diba? Now, in my book,
so what's that? Love
is seeking the good of the other. Now, I would actually reframe that even more. Okay, love is seeking the good of the other as my own, while respecting your difference. Okay, so
sure.
kumbaga, I care about you. I want your good because your good is
my good.
It's my good as well. Why? Because we are all part of the same reality. We're all part of the same being. The minute that we consider ourselves na, okay, this is my family. Okay, I'm part of the family. Okay, but you also want to consider you're also part of the community as well. And you also want to consider not just you're part of the community, you're part of a country. We are one country. That's why, for example, kapag kunya na-experience ko to, nag-travel ako sa Japan with a friend. Nag-usap kami in Tagalog. And then sabi sa amin may tumawag sa amin, kabayan! Parang, uy, kabayan! Taga Pilipinas ka! Pilipino ako! Ganyan! Talaga, taga saan ka? Ako, Metro Manila. Ikaw, taga Davao. Magkalapit lang tayo! Di ba?
Kapag nandito,
di ba? So nakakalimutan natin. But when we're outside the country, we have that identity that we are one. We are one family. We're one community.
So why do you
country.
think what's lacking? Does that mean, is it maybe because we don't have a country that we can truly be proud of?
No, it's actually if every person, if every ordinary person, ordinary person lang, starts thinking about the other person. Okay? Na bakit? Kasi kapamilya din kita. Kasi kalahi din kita.
Yeah. Actually, we have watched, there's a video that I watched from Myron Golden. And sabi niya, would the world be much better place if I take care of you and you take care of me?
Yeah.
But I don't have to tell you that you take care of me, and you don't have to tell me that I take care of you. It just has to happen, not supposed to happen naturally.
So it has to come to the point ba na everybody understands that.
Yeah. The problem now lies because right now what's happening is that I'll take care of myself first, and then I'll use others so they could give value to me. So they could take care of me, rather than I'll take care of them and just allow it to and allow others to take care of my own of
Mm-mm.
my own as well.
That's why doing things that are easy and could give you, yes, you can get more money that way, the easier way possible, 'di ba? If it actually is self-serving lang,
Mm.
okay? It's always gonna be destructive even if wala nakakalam.
Mm.
Why? Because ano eh, ikaw ikaw mismo 'yun eh, yung for one, ikaw yung nag-isolate ng sarili mo.
Mm.
Okay? Now, kung isolate ka sa sarili mo,
You are disconnecting from the
uh, you cannot do that because you're
Mm.
part of the bigger whole, di
yeah.
ba? And and every time that you disconnect yourself, you don't care about other people as well,
Mm.
di ba? So, yung good does not spread.
Yeah.
The goodness.
So you become like the cog in the
Mm-mm.
in energy na supposedly it has to be always moving, always going around,
Mm-mm.
and because you disconnected or you stop the
Oh, that's why it
energy.
goes back to you because if no good is actually
Mm.
is spreading from you,
Mm.
no good is also gonna come to
Mm.
you,
Yeah, agree.
'di ba?
If you don't let it out, it's not coming back to you.
Oh, for example, kung kumuha ko nagnakaw ako ng pera sa taxes for example, 'di ba?
Mm.
Nakita na, oy, ang daming mansion ka, madami kang kotse, 'di ba?
Mm.
People are gonna notice because you're
Right.
not living in a vacuum.
You're right.
So how are you gonna explain that? 'Di ba?
Mm.
So people are gonna be angry talaga. It's gonna come back to you.
Mm.
'Di ba? Even if you try to hide it.
So for an ordinary person, what can he do now? I mean, what can we really do? We are just ordinary people, naghahanap buhay lang. Paano? How can we contribute to a better government?
First, do good muna. One is that if you're a Catholic, or especially if
Mm.
you're a Catholic and a Christian, okay, always seek God.
Mm.
God first. That's one. Because it grounds you.
Mm.
Okay? For everybody else now who doesn't believe in a Christian God, believe that there is a good.
Mm.
There's good. There's a source
There's
of good.
universal.
Okay? And you want to seek grounding there. Okay? That's one. And pangalawa is that do good in your own way.
Mm.
Okay? In fact, do good in anong vocation mo. Okay? So if God calls you to become a father, become a good father. If God calls you to become a good public servant, to be a public servant, then become a good public servant. If God calls you to be an employee, for example, become a good employee.
Okay. But is it that that's happening already, or is something when
Let's be honest.
Oh.
It's easy kasi to be self-serving. Okay? Like for example, even the little things like getting a ball pen from the office.
in a way, sa opisina.
Sa opisina, tapos kuha ka ulit naman. Diba? Kuha ka na ulit, diba? Ganyan, diba?
Even it happens. The corruption starts very sobrang subtle, maliit na bagay.
And it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
It becomes a habit forming. Okay? So what happens kapag kunya bigger circumstances now calls you to make a decision, an ethical and moral decision? What do you do? Since nasanay ka na hindi naman mapapansin yan, hindi makikita yan eh. So that's why it gets impacted more people get impacted because of your decision, di ba? That's why you want to develop the good habits. Be in integrity first. Di ba? And then you will naturally inspire people because of who you are. But just like for example, the reason why people love Vico Soto right now is because of the kind of character that he is being a stand for.
Do you think he could be our president in?
Yes, quite possibly. Quite possibly.
Do you think the system will not corrupt him? Considering, for example, there's already a Soto in the Senate, and he is not. It's not like they are not family. They're also family. So is there a chance that can he separate himself and make a stand on his own? And although I'm not exactly sure of the older Soto what he really is, or if he is guilty of some stuff, but
there's always a possibility naman in the world of anything this can happen, diba? However, if you if you look at his track record, he's
Mm.
been mayor for Pasig for how many years now already?
I think he's now on the third term, no?
Third term?
Last
Last term, di
term.
ba?
Oh, yeah. So
Okay.
every term is 3 years. So
Oh.
mga
So which
six-
means
mm,
which means that he has every opportunity right now
mm,
to get corrupted. And still he has
mm,
chosen a different path.
mm.
Diba?
Yeah. Hopefully, we will have more of him.
Definitely.
Yeah. Hopefully, he inspires. Although we can see some Gen Zs right now
Mm-mm.
who are inspiring, who are
Mm.
probably inspired by Vico Soto,
Mm.
and hopefully they will do good.
Yeah, and because of that, no, since you also asked me then, what can an ordinary person do nowadays? Na, aside from one seeking God, two is doing your job well, or doing your vocation well. Is then third is that uh value your choice. Yung
Mm.
vote mo matters.
All right.
Okay, so that's why it's important that we vote the right leaders.
Mm,
Okay, if we can vote for the right leaders who can significantly impact
mm,
our country because of who they are,
yeah.
diba?
Mm.
Makes a huge amount of difference.
Actually, that's perfect because that's one of the things that one of the reasons why I started a podcast. I want to create a platform wherein we have conversations like this
Mm-mm.
because as you and I know, everything's can exist in a conversation. It gets started. If we talk about nation building, the more people talk about nation building, the more people become conscious about how we can contribute to the country, then I think it's a lot. It would create a better country rather than
Oo.
pagka hindi siya napag-uusapan, 'di ba?
Mm.
Kasi nga I think it's so innate sa atin na parang kung hindi siya intentional, hindi tayo intentional, we really just reduce into our own circle.
Mm.
And in fact, some reduce to our own self. Buti pa nga kung to the family. But some even are reduced to their own self-centeredness lang talaga, di ba? But so we think about the family and we even go beyond. But I think it has to be talked about.
Mm-mm.
We need to have a conversation of how we can make this country better. And everybody has thought, everybody has an ideas on how can this make how it can be done. So that's part of the things that we want to accomplish in this podcast
Mm-mm.
is that we will have like a collective conversation of what do you think,
Mm-mm.
how can make this country better. And so we have it's like a pool of ideas, and but ideas are ideas. It has to be
It has
acted
to be
upon.
lived on.
It
Yeah.
has to be lived on, right? So but also we're hoping that because it's being talked about, and because to your point,
Mm.
when you seek God, if you really seek God, if one really seek God, I'm sure He will direct us
Mm-mm.
to be other centered,
That's
to help
right.
others, to look
Mm-mm.
up, to love our neighbors,
Mm-mm.
to look at our neighbors not only for our
Mm.
own.
Actually, what's funny thing about that is that medyo counterintuitive to. The reason why other-centeredness would work when we seek God
Mm.
is because when we actually seek God and surrender, okay,
Mm.
our needs are taken care of already.
Yeah.
Diba? So kumbaga, now that na we are in the best possible hands, our
Mm.
life.
Right.
Diba? Then we can now be confident and be peaceful about it and joyful
Mm.
about it na we can now take care of the other person.
Mm. You're familiar with the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
hindi ko
There's
study
the
that.
this the most basic, which
Oh.
is the physiological, which is the food, and then there's the need to be appreciated,
Mm.
then the security, and then there's the so there's the physiological security needs, and there's the love needs, the belongingness, and there's the uh success or the fulfillment. But the highest, the highest is the fulfillment thing, right? So most people operate in the because it's a hierarchy. Kailangan masatisfy mo na yung basic needs ko
Mm.
before I would need security or before I would need love.
Mm.
This explains why kung hindi mo pa yung income hindi pa kayang maka-afford makapag-asawa to have a family,
Mm.
hindi mo na mag-family is because uh, hindi pa I have to take care muna the physiological needs
Mm.
before I go to the higher needs and before
Mm.
even when I go to the satisfaction or the fulfillment needs.
Mm.
So, saka na yung fulfillment needs kasi hindi ko pa na-fulfill yung physiological ko, saka yung security and all that. So, while that's true, But you know what? If we look at some exceptional people, you will find that they never think of their physiological needs,
Mm.
not even their security, not even
Mm.
their belongingness. They just go straight to the top.
Mm.
They just found their purpose. And by
Mm.
finding their purpose, everything else gets addressed.
Exactly.
And the worst, and the problem is that for some people na nagladerize na ito muna ako ngayon, physiological muna ako,
Mm.
bago security, bago love, they get stuck in the middle. And that's why
Mm.
all their life are spent now. There's a danger that all our lives will be spent
Oh,
just
just
trying to
there.
meet the
Oh.
daily needs because
Mm.
we're trying to work for that. And then we forgot at age 65, oh my God, it's done. And then
Sleep.
what am I here for? What do I intend to accomplish? Well, that's not too late, but some people never realize their purpose needs. It's because they are stuck in their security, love, and belongingness. So I can cite one, for example, Mother Teresa.
Mm.
She did not bother of having her own food or having to belong.
Mm.
He just went to the top. I want to fulfill my purpose in life. And
That's
because she
right.
did that, she went to India. And guess what? Her needs was fulfilled. He was able to eat every single day. He had a home. He has a secure. People are pouring in donations. And love, he's being loved by people. And he's well known for everybody.
Yeah.
And all because he focused on the highest need, which is its purpose.
That's right.
So I think if enough number of people could focus on really finding their purpose and allow and just trust that everything else will come into place, will
Mm.
take care. So I'm also finding that to, I would say, to be true, even in my own scenario, in my own experience. Because the days that I'm so focused in my purpose, accomplishing in what
Mm.
I think God wants me to
Yeah.
be, things are getting better. Whereas the days wherein I worry about a lot of things. I worry about the basic, sobrang basic needs. And these are the things that it's really tough. It's like firefighting.
Mm. Kaya perfect yung title ng podcast mo eh. Dare to
Dare to
dream.
dream. All
Oh,
right.
because when we dream, when we put the end in mind, di
Yeah.
ba? Everything else follows it.
Mm, mm,
Di ba? So, and we see that happening
mm.
in reality. Di
Right.
ba? Like, your example is Mother Teresa. Kung naalala ko si Charlie Kirk.
Mm.
When he started,
Yeah.
he had nothing. He has a table.
Right.
Okay? He doesn't have any big crowds, di ba?
Mm.
And then, and people, and he,
And here's the thing. A lot of people, young people, he started like at 18 or 17.
Mm-hmm.
And some people will probably say, I'm not yet ready
Mm.
because I have no money. I have
Yeah,
no
oo.
influence. Mag-isa lang ako. And yet, there's this guy who had no money, who had no influence, started something and look at what he has created.
Oh,
And
build a
everything else,
movement.
and
Diba?
everything else gets fulfilled. And
Oo.
just because he focused on his purpose and finding his purpose.
Mm-mm.
It's amazing, right? That's right.
Mm-mm.
Right. So I think we should, uh, I think we need to, uh, it has to be a movement to help people discover their purpose,
Mm-mm.
right?
That's right.
Because when we truly discover their purpose, and so just a little bit of sharing,
Mm-mm.
our according to one podcast that I also listen, sabi niya, our purpose is four ways. Our purpose in life is four. We have four purposes. Number one is to please God.
Mm-hmm.
Number two is that we have a special purpose, which is to create something for the world to
Mm-hmm.
benefit from, and in turn we get benefited
That's
from.
right.
So it's our industry, it's your business that you create something, people buy products from you, buy your services, and you make money. That's a special purpose. And then there's the third purpose, which is a social purpose, which is to connect with people, to inspire others.
Mm-mm.
So in your words, nobody lives in a vacuum. So whatever you do, for example, your book, wait, somebody inspired you to
Mm-mm.
create your book. And I'm sure your book will inspire others to
Another.
create something,
Yeah.
right? So that's what happens. So that's getting that connection. And then the last is, sabi niya, is sacrificial,
Mm-hmm.
which means we need to give something to the world and to people who cannot even repay it.
Mm-mm.
So when we do that, And when I think about that, I mean, how will I think the world will be a lot better place if everybody seek that kind of purpose. Because one, when you seek God, when
Mm.
you seek to please God, and then perhaps walang crime,
Mm.
di ba? Perhaps we can maraming pains na pwedeng mawala, right? Although it's because we are not created for this world, so this world will always be this world,
Mm.
di ba?
Yeah.
Oh. So, what are your if somebody asks you, Ryan, what do you think is the ingredients to success based in your experience and the things that you have experienced in life and you have accomplished and the things that you have, I would say, studied or learned from successful people? What do you think is the ingredients to success, if there's any?
Mm. One is finding your solid ground first. Okay, so like we've been repeating up talking about it kanina naman, no? Finding God.
Finding
Okay,
God.
finding God because He is the ground for everything. He's the source of everything.
Mm,
So if you're to create something, okay,
mm,
you cannot create something new that's outside of Him.
mm.
Diba?
That's right. Yeah, everything is within Him.
Oo, diba? So
Mm.
actually,
So
that's it.
there, we have all the resources to create anything. Don't you
Right.
think?
Anything is possible talaga.
Mm.
Whenever we surrender ourselves talaga, leave it up to Him. Diba?
Right.
So you can do your best, diba? But there's always a limitation kasi to what we can do. Diba? We
Right.
all know this, diba? We live in a 3D, 4D world.
Mm,
There's always we cannot be present everywhere. We cannot control all the things that's happening to us,
mm,
diba? But what we can do is that we can surrender everything to Him,
mm,
to God, and then He can be the one to make things happen.
mm. And this is irony, right? For example, because we're trying to pursue a dream.
Mm-mm.
May pangarap tayo. We have dreams that
Mm-mm.
we have dreams that we want to pursue. And yet those dreams are being placed by God in our hearts
Yes.
so that we can pursue it. And then God give us the talents, the grace, so we could pursue it. I mean, it's all really for Him,
Mm-mm.
right? So it's like, so all we need to do is really just become a medium.
Yeah.
Just say yes, Lord.
Yes. Actually, I love that how you said that, no? Because everything comes from God, even our dreams that He
Yeah.
puts into our hearts,
Mm.
diba? The only thing that is missing na lang talaga in that in that relationship is our participation, our saying yes.
Yes, our
Diba?
saying
What are we gonna do about it?
Mm.
God is gave us the dreams.
Mm.
God gave us the instruments or the tools that can allow us to get there, diba? So we have now the choice whether you can reject it. No, God, I'm not yet ready. Or yes, Lord, sige, anything's possible. Yes, I'm willing to do that. But so it's now a question of our participation. What is our participation gonna be?
So right now, when you think about that, what do you think God is calling you for the country? Is He calling you? Do you have any specific calling that He's telling you to do for the country?
Actually, sa ngayon yung nag-open up sa akin, especially just recently, no, is that I am called, inspired uh, to give people a language that where people there's something common that they can talk about. Kumbaga that we can create bridges instead of isolating ourselves na ikaw lang importante dito, ako lang dito, bahala ka na dyan, di ba? Your opinion matters, respect my opinion, na ganyan, di ba? And instead, we can create a dialogue. Diba?
And this is very important because right now in the society, parang somehow ang hirap makipag-usap because there's the danger that you can offend people and people don't like to be offended. And when you offend, there's no, ang hirap na makipag-dialogue. Ang hirap makipag-dialogue. And I think understanding what you're saying, the unified thing, understanding that you have a perspective, I have a perspective, and that we are not seeing two different things. We're just seeing one thing in a different perspective. For example, if we assume that everybody wants good for the country, and we just saying a different ways of saying good. Some will say we need to lower taxes. Some say No. Kailangan i-tax natin yung mayayaman. Di ba? It's always the back and forth eh. No, kailangan tax mayaman. But, so, parang, they're, in the world, parang they always seen as parang opposing, magkalaban, enemy. But in reality, we all want to do good. We all want what's best for the country, best for every person. And if we could just dialogue, have a conversation, as opposed to, ganun ka talaga. Yung mga yan, mga ano yan?
Or partisan ba?
Oo, partisan.
May BBM, may Duterte, may
kanya-kanyang faction eh.
Kanya-kanyang faction.
And I think the label is making it worse. The label is making it worse. So, yeah, and having that kind of unifying thing, that belief na, hey, you know what? We are all Filipinos.
That's right.
And therefore, I believe that we might have different opinion, but I know that you want what's good for the country. Can we
agree on that?
Can we agree on that? Right? If we can all agree, and then I think it's a lot easier to have a conversation. And actually, alam mo, extend mo ng konti, try to understand his point of view, and you hear us a little bit. So you get to meet each other and halfway. So, but I think what our country really needs is a leader who has that unifying tone,
or the character
as well.
Na we can trust him, na that this person we know that he will always do good.
Diba? That's right.
And he has
the interest of everybody.
For everybody. Diba?
So do you see somebody already na perhaps?
Yeah, it's not it's not a secret. I vote for Vico Soto.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah. So we'll pray for him. We'll pray for him. All right. So, yeah. So that's your first. You said that in order to create success, one, you have to seek God, a ground on God. So what's next for you?
Next is do good wherever it is that you are right now.
Okay. Do good. Or be the best at what you do.
Okay. Yes, be the best that you can do. In the terms of Opus Dei nga diba, na honor God by the work that you do. Okay? So even our work, whatever it is, whether you're a teacher, a scientist, or whatever, diba? As long as you do excellence there.
Kahit sa paghuhugas ng plato.
Paghuhugas ng plato, yes, even that. Simple as that.
Because I remember that in the school where I came from, during high school, paghuhugas ng plato, pag-arrange ng table, kailangan perfect talaga.
You'd be so amazed at the kind of life na you will experience when everything is in harmony, when you know that you're doing your best.
Yeah.
And everybody else is also doing their best. Diba? Man, nag-drive lang, it's in harmony talaga. Diba? That's how we create a common good for everybody.
Yeah. And do you have a third one? Or...
Yeah, third one is vote for the right leaders.
Okay. So, asahan ko yung boto mo. Yeah. So, however, though, I think it's part of what we do, because right leaders, I think everybody will think that they are voting for the right leaders, but the kind of information that they're getting, it's another story as well. Where they get their information, because most informations are very much curated already.
That's right.
Yung propaganda lang talaga. So, I think that's something as well that we need to.
That's also part of the yung sasabi din sa book, my book, na you have to broaden your perspective. Okay, not just be limited to where what's being fed on you, diba? Na consider other angles then.
Right.
But that's why dialogue is very important. Na not to put people down or to make them wrong because they have a different opinion than you, diba? But the openness, the willingness to listen. Maybe I may not be seeing something here.
Yeah.
Diba? To be willing to listen. Because I did that when there was an election, I considered everybody all the candidates. Diba? And based from what their platforms are, who they are even.
Oh, yeah.
Look at their background, diba? And then I made a choice based from how I know them, but I'm also willing to listen. Diba? So if people do that, na be open to look at the bigger perspective, bigger picture. Okay? I think that would also make a very big difference as well.
And I think you talk about make people being free to make their own decision, to decide. And I think this is also the reason why you and me are pursuing a business,
Mm-mm.
because uh, creating your own enterprise is perhaps one of the best way to create your freedom.
Mhm.
Because imagine if your paycheck is dependent on
Mm.
certain people, then it's really hard. I would understand. I mean,
Mhm.
I would understand during election days why people would sell their vote for like 500 or 1,000 pesos.
Mm.
Because yun nga kumakalaw yung sikmura eh. And
Mm.
they're just thinking of the now.
Yeah.
And they sell their future a for a piece of what they could have of their future,
Mm.
just because kailangan eh. But if everybody is, one, they're fully educated, but second as well, when you are truly free to decide, because I think for me, at least for me, having your own business, controlling your own income, that is a very good, a sure way ticket to your freedom. Although you don't have to be there as well to really choose, right? You can still choose. There might be some consequences.
Mhm.
Example, in a job, example in my job, um, we cannot talk about religion.
Mm.
Yeah, in a job, in a workplace, it's universal right now. You cannot talk about religion. It's
Mm.
every year we take a course telling us, no talking about religion, no talking about politics, keep it to yourself. Yung mga ganon.
Mm.
So, and it's because you are there. So, ganon talaga. You have to abide.
Yeah.
So, and somehow, but when you have your own enterprise, then you can freely
Exactly.
talk. Right.
Mm.
Although in the corporate, you can still talk. Yan nga lang, you have to be ready for the consequence.
Mhm.
So to me, that's why also pursuing a business is might be a very good option to really have to experience that kind of freedom uh, that wants to the real freedom talaga to
Mhm.
choose.
Yeah. So actually, ano din yun eh. I get then where many people are coming from because we came from the corporate background, di ba?
Mm.
A question, Jen, is that are you also do you see yourself doing that forever or for
Uh-huh.
the next 20 years of your life?
Mm.
Diba? Doing a job is not wrong. In
Mm.
fact, it provides food on the table.
And everybody has to do, I mean, someone has to do a job,
That's
right?
right, diba? Ang question lang dyan is, are you willing to do that in the next 20 years of your life? Diba?
Mm.
So if you don't see that, then you're free
Mm-hmm.
to do something else
Mm.
that could provide you to that kind of future. So first, imagine first, what's the kind of future that you want?
Right.
So that's what the first dimension.
Mm.
Imagine the future that you want, and then secondly is that map it out,
Mm.
plan it.
Mm.
Okay. Third is that act on it.
Mm.
Find ways wherein it becomes real in the
Mm.
real world, diba?
Mhm.
Okay. Fourth is that you want to uh, use the things that you've learned in the past that
Mm.
could actually benefit you as you move forward in the future,
Mm.
and then make the right choices or decision. That's a
Mm.
sixth one.
Right.
Then seventh is that you need to make sure that it's aligned to your values.
Mhm.
What's important to you?
Yeah.
Okay, is it in integrity? Is it something that can contribute to other people, diba? Eighth naman is that how does it impact everybody else?
Mm.
Okay? How does it serve the world?
Mhm.
Okay? And then sa infinite naman, in the world of infinity, 'di ba? Am I aligned to what God is creating here?
Yeah.
Yan. So in fact, I created this framework as well to help people guidance on everyday living as well.
Mm.
So I'm also using that then in my day-to-day life as well na okay, so parang sa workflow natin,
Mm.
'di ba? So where I'm at right now. Okay,
Mm.
so if something is not working in my life,
Mm.
there must be somewhere here sa 10 dimensions na to
Mm.
that's not in place, that's
Mm.
disordered. Where
Right.
is that?
That you're
Okay.
not seeing. That
That's
we're not
all.
seeing. Mm.
For example, have I talked to enough people?
Mhm.
Nasa 3D yun.
Mm.
Or did I plan the month out already?
Mm. Mm.
O, it's, di ba,
Mm.
2D, di ba?
Mm.
Have I rested?
Mhm.
Diba? So 0D siya,
Mm.
di ba? Or is it, do I do my work lang or my business just to make money lang ba?
Mm.
Or is it to serve people? So that belongs to the higher dimensions.
Mhm.
So if everything is aligned, if everything is in place, then success naturally happens.
All right. Awesome. So, for some people who is interested in getting your book, where can they get your book?
Yeah, you can actually get my book Beyond 3D, Beyond 3D, a guide to the hidden architecture of reality in Amazon. So you can find the link to the description below.
Yes.
Yeah. And
we'll have the link in our description in this
Mm.
video.
yeah.
So you can really get them.
Yeah, it's available in ebook and paperback as well. Okay, so you can make a choice which one you like best. Okay.
Ryan, it's been a pleasure talking to you this
pleasure as
afternoon.
well.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much
thank you
for
very
coming.
much.
Thank you
Yes.
for sharing.
Okay. God bless everybody.
Thank you for watching Dare to Dream. If you are getting an inch of inspiration from this conversation, like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.